You're watching the SCAC Player of the Week interviews. It's week 11 of the SCAC women's basketball season, and today we're joined by the SCAC Women's Basketball Player of the Week, senior forward Abby Holland of the Trinity University Tigers. And Abby, congratulations and thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Abby, the Tigers are now 15-2 on the season, a perfect 10-0 in SCAC play, having won 12 straight. That's the fourth time in the last 6 years Trinity has put together an in-season win streak of 10 or more games, following home wins this past weekend over TLU and Southwestern. How has this team grown through the course of the season, and what are you sort of most proud about in terms of sort of the identity this team has taken on with the success that you've had?
Yeah, so I think that we've grown a lot in this season. I mean, we had some great additions. All of our freshmen, they're brand spanking new, and they're just coming in and they're making a huge impact on our team. So I think the way that we've grown as a team is just coming together and really having a shared focus. We're all really focused and we're all really dedicated to what it is. So we're super excited, and I think that we're kind of all really in this together.
Individually last week, Abby, you led the SCAC averaging 23.5 points per game. You also led the conference in terms of steals per game at 4.5 a night. You also added 5.5 rebounds per game as well. You've now scored 20 or more in 3 straight games and 9 times overall this season. When you're playing well, how are you most comfortable out on the court? What part of your game sort of sparks and gives you confidence each night?
I mean, I think ultimately my confidence comes from my teammates and it comes from my coaches. Obviously hitting a few buckets early instills confidence, but at the end of the day, all the confidence I have and all the success I have really stems from my teammates and my coaches kind of instilling that in me. Ultimately, they're the ones giving me the passes and my coaches are the ones coming up with the plays. So just having their support, it definitely instills confidence in myself.
I want to ask about this idea, Abby, of Together Tigers. It's something that is a big theme with this program, the Together Tigers tournament at the beginning of the season. It's on a lot of your gear, something that you guys preach as a group. You know, what does it mean? What is sort of that idea? What is the idea of Together Tigers? What does it mean to this team? I
mean, Together Tigers is everything, if we're being completely honest. It's really hard to kind of define it or put a label on it, but it's kind of just our culture. You know, whether we're on the court, in practice, in the locker room, everyone on our team, we have each other's back and we're all dedicated and we share a common focus. And it's just Together Tigers is everything, and it's our culture, and it stems from our coaches, and it's translated through our entire locker room, and everyone buys in, and it's just our team staying focused and staying together no matter what.
This team has certainly obviously had a lot of success out on the floor as a group to this point in the season. Abby, as I mentioned, 15-2 on the year. But I want to ask about practices. What are Coach Hill's practices like? Are they intense? You know, is it very competitive? How do you continue to get better as a group sort of through the idea of practice?
Yeah, I mean, our practices, they are pretty intense. They are pretty competitive. We like to mirror things that we see in games, and we like to compete every single day. I think our practices are what has set us up for this success. We get in the gym every day and we're working hard. We're not taking anything for granted. We're pushing each other to be the best, and we're making sure that our team is facing good competition every day, and our practices they're a huge part of what we've been able to do, if they're not the entire part.
And finally, looking ahead to this weekend, after a 4-game homestand, you and the rest of your teammates take your show on the road as you head to St. Thomas and Centenary. What are your expectations going into those 2 contests, and what will be key to try and pick up wins on the road in SCAC action?
I mean, our expectations are pretty constant throughout the season. We are excited to get back on the court, and we're excited to play some good teams, just staying the course and making sure that we remain focused on every single team that we play. We don't take anyone lightly, and we're just excited to get to play this weekend.
The SCAC Women's Basketball Player of the Week for Week 11, senior forward Abby Holland of the Trinity University Tigers. Abby, again, congratulations on your honor and best of luck as you continue to move forward throughout the rest of your senior year.
Thank you.